Wednesday, 16th of May, I believe day 53. I am attempting to hitch my way out of Buena Vista back up to the trail, and just left Hardee's. Had a big old biscuit and gravy and some eggs and some bacon, some coffee. I'm good to go if I can just get a ride. So this might turn out to be the hardest part of the day. Although I'm looking at about 20, maybe a little over, up to the pre-shelter. And it looks like it's a pretty burly climb to start with. All right, let's get this hitching on. Hopefully we get lucky soon. See you on the trail. Hey, all right. Man, I tell you what, about 5 minutes after I made that last video, this young fella stopped, picked me up, gave me a ride up to Long Mountain Wayside, and I am hitting the trail, headed towards the Priest. It's cloudy right now, so that's kind of good. Sun's not out, it's not too hot, and if it rains, it rains. But we're going to get it done, move on up this mountain. I'll check in later. All right, man, I tell you, this climb up from Long Mountain Wayside is almost about to make me lose my biscuits and gravy. Dang. And I know I've said it before, but it is worth reiterating that Virginia from Damascus, at least through where I'm walking right now, is no joke. It is, to me, the hardest section of the trail so far, and that's including the Smokies. It's just relentless. Maybe in a couple days when I hit Waynesboro and Skyline Drive and Shenandoah, it'll flatten out some and be a little more rolly, but boy, I tell you, these days have been tough up through here. But it's all good, man. It's all downhill but the uphill parts, right? So we're still heading uphill and having fun doing it. We'll see you up there somewhere. All right, now we got some rain and fog blowing in across the top of the ridges up here, but it feels pretty good actually. Cool breeze. Man, I just want to say that I apologize for not having a video up to cover from Virginia Highway 606 over at Trent's Grocery through Daleville, and then Daleville through Buena Vista. But my doggone phone, I don't know, man, did some kind of crash reset update or something about 4 days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, and I had to back my phone up, and somehow in trying to get it all restarted, lost a bunch of videos and pictures, and tried to do a video last night and couldn't pull them back. So at some point when I get a lot of time to sit down on the Wi-Fi and actually try to figure it out, I might be able to recoup that and get those videos up at a later date. But probably this video is going to be the first one you see in this little cover from Buena Vista over Waynesboro. So again, man, I apologize for that. Some of those pictures were some of the best that I've taken. Dragon's Tooth, McAfee Knob, Tinker Cliffs, and just all along through there. It was just gorgeous scenery and beautiful weather as well. So hopefully it's not lost forever, and at some point I can recover it and we'll get that put out there. Anyway, gonna get back to hustling along here, heading down off this ridge top. It was a long climb. It's about an hour to get up here from Long Mountain Wayside. So let's get her done. All right, man, this is more like it. Seems like old times. Fog and wind on the trail. Never thought I'd say it, but I prefer this to hot sunshine and smoking hot temperatures, that's for sure. As long as the temperature is warm enough to not be an issue. This is the top of Coal Mountain, and there's a couple little outcrops back there that probably had a good view, but not today. All right, man, now that summer is here, or at least summer temperatures, this is a perfect day to walk. A little bit of a breeze and raining. As long as you have those two things going on, keeps the bugs knocked down off of you. I'll take this every day, all day, as opposed to hot sun and humidity. So enjoying it while I can. About 6 miles out from the pre-shelter, and it's not even 1:30 yet. So I'll probably get there and reevaluate and look on down the trail, maybe bounce on up to a campsite somewhere. But after that climb up Coal Mountain, it has been some easy rolling, man. The terrain has been very agreeable and pretty doggone flat and smooth. So getting on up the trail today. Man, I am so glad to see this steady rain. I'd like to see it keep up for the rest of the day if possible. The water sources definitely need replenishing. Virginia was already getting dry. So this is a welcome sight. It's amazing. 2 weeks ago, the rain would mean you're going to be freezing, trying to get a cold, wet fire started to dry out. And today it means walking in comfort. You gotta love it. All right, man, I guess this is where the flat stuff runs out, because we're heading up that way. And something called Spy Rock's got to be up there somewhere with a view. Let's go check it out. Okay, just topped out the little half-mile climb up to the Spy Rock Plateau. The AT goes that way, and the trail for Spy Rock is out this way. But man, it is so foggy and cloudy and still drizzly that I doubt there's a view at all today. And I don't know if it's going to be worth climbing around the slick rocks, just trying to not see anything. But have a look at this camping area. Man, that's as nice as it gets right there. Big, flat, grassy area. Nice big fire pit. This would be a great place to spend the night if it wasn't only 2 o'clock. Alright. Let's see if we're going to go out there or not. Might wait around a minute and see if the fog lifts. Alright, that's Spy Rock, and I can only imagine what the views are like from up there whenever it's clear. It's just so foggy right now. Everything's so wet. It kind of bites not to go up there, but there's just going to be no view. I might go up there anyway just to say I did. Alright, I did climb up on Spy Rock. It's a pretty straightforward, quick and easy scramble. And all these scrambles sure make me glad to have a rock climbing background. Those back steps and counter pressures and where to place your feet all come in handy, because it is still raining and there's big pools up here. But I can only imagine what this view would be like if it was sunny. It would be 360 for sure. Be a great place to get sunrise and sunset time lapse. But there's no sense in hanging around up here, so I'm just going to hop on down and head on up to the priest. Alright, it's about 4:30. I just stopped at the priest shelter, had a quick snack, got some water, and I'm going to head on down the trail. It's a little bit too early to stop, and Gut Hook says there's a campsite with spring about 4 miles down, so I'm going to try to hit that. I think it's a pretty small spot, only big enough space for a couple tents, so if there's already tenters there, my fallback option is to suffer through 4 more miles to the next shelter. So this could work out either really good or really bad. We'll see. I'll let you know. Yeah, you could say it's raining. Alright, good morning everybody. That right there is a pair of pants and a shirt that is wet and cold beyond imagination, but I'm about to put those on and get out in the rain and take this wet tent down and pack up all that wet gear and hit the trail. It is Thursday and it's about 6:20 in the morning, 17th of May, day 54. And the trail's gonna give us a chance to see what we're made of this morning, man. It rained all day yesterday, all night last night, and it's raining pretty hard right now. We're 30 miles outside of Waynesboro. I don't think I got 30 in me today, but I'm going to try to get at least half of that and get on in there tomorrow. Try to get everything dried out. Alright, we'll see you up the trail. Hey, good morning. It is Thursday, 17th day of May, a few minutes after 7. I stayed in that little opening right over there last night. Just got everything packed up and we're going to head on up the trail, put some miles in today. Yesterday was 25.2, and that's coming up from Long Mountain Wayside to this campsite right here. I believe that is at mile 833. Man, it rained all day yesterday and was pouring when I had to set camp up last night. So any of you guys ever done that, you know exactly what that's about. That is good times right there. But what might be even worse is when you have to get up and take your camp down in the rain. Anyway, that is good times. We're gonna head on up the trail, try to get some miles down. I think I'm about 30 miles out of Waynesboro. I don't think 30 miles is gonna happen today, but we're gonna get up there as close as we can. Love for the sun to come out today somewhere, give a chance to dry some of this stuff out. But you know, if it don't, it don't. Hiking is an outdoor activity, and sometimes it rains. You just gotta deal with it. All right, I'm gonna get on up the trail and I'll check in with you later. Yeah, it rained a little bit last night. I don't know if there's gonna be a easy way to get across here without just plain old wading and getting wet. That's some cold water too. I'm gonna look around for a minute and see if I can figure out the best crossing. At least the water sources are getting refurbished, refilled. That'll make a lot of folks happy. Happy, happy, happy. The guidebook says there's an amazing view here. So just imagine that there's no fog. Whew. Dang, that was steep. Man, just did a rock scramble up to the top of this ridge line. If there had been a snake in those rocks, he could have bitten you in the face. So glad to come through here on a wet morning just after a hard rain. If it had been dry and hot today, that would have been sketchy right there. All right, super good times. That's a good freshwater source right there now. Coming right out of the stump of that tree. That's awesome. And going right down the trail, you could essentially get your water right off the trail. So you want to through hike the AT, huh? This is what it looks like a lot. Just got to make the best you can of it and hope for the best. It is pouring down right now. Freaking good times. Yes, sir, it's another lovely day on the AT. And man, for about 30 minutes, it's been raining about as hard as I've ever seen it rain in my life. It is coming down. That's the downside. The upside is snakes should be holed up. Bugs can't navigate. So there are some positive aspects. I can tell you what though, these rocks right here are slick, slick, slick. 2 days in a row of this, man. The trail is testing us this week, that's for sure. Sucking it up, pushing north. Man, it has been miles of rock garden like this. I guess this is training for Pennsylvania, I don't know. It is slow going when it's raining. Whew. Oh man, I got some terrible news to report. I made it 53 days without falling. But one of those slick rocks in that last boulder field back there got me. So good on him, man. 53 days without a fall. I'll take that. Trekking poles have saved my hide more times than I can remember, but not today. Didn't draw blood, no hurt, no injury, so no harm, no foul, but it just ruins my clean record of no falls. Kind of pisses me off. Man, check this out for a camping site. Tent site back there. You do a 180. Trail goes that way. And then you have another amazingly non-scenic viewpoint today. And I can only imagine when it's clear how awesome this would be. Man, this gives embrace the suck a whole new meaning. I have embraced the hell out of a bunch of suck today, that's for sure. And still got about 5 more miles of it. It's all good. We'll get over there. Paul Wolf Shelter. See you there. Hey, hey, it's Friday, May 18th, a little after 7, and that's day 55 on the trail. Just walked out of Paul Wolf Shelter, got about 5 miles into Rockfish Gap, and catching a shuttle down to Stanimals Hiker Hostel. Hang out there today, do laundry, get cleaned up. Everything is wet, muddy, and starting to stink. So we're gonna wash the stank off, resupply, and then head on up the trail tomorrow. But man, I tell you, the last 2 days have been pretty testy. Did 25 both days, and it was a wet, muddy, sloggy 25, I tell you that. And then topped it off last night with walking right by a big old copperhead laying on the side of the trail, heading to the privies from the shelter, and really surprised me, because it's been a cold rain for 2 days, 2 nights, that he would even be out. You could tell that he was cold too, man. He didn't make any attempt to get aggressive or to get away. I think he was pretty much locked in position. He moved around a little bit, but he was so cold he couldn't do a whole lot. That's one of them. If you step on it, he can't get away. He will bite you. So it was pretty lucky that he wasn't actually laying in the trail. Good times though. All right, let's put these 5 miles down, and we'll see you at Rockfish Gap. Check out my hiking buddy this morning. He ain't doing a lot of miles, but at least he's out here and he's on the trail.